Welcome to Live Interactive English, everyone. Hello, I'm Mike.
Hello, I'm Rainbow.
And we are back with Noah's Ark, Part 2.
2 of the story.
Yes, we're getting into the exciting, scary part of the Noah's Ark story, of course, from the Bible. Noah was a good, honest man who was just trying to live a good, honest life. But then God spoke to him one day, and God had bad news.
Yeah, God said everybody was bad, so he was going to destroy the land, but
Except Noah.
only save one family.
That's right, yeah.
But he had to do something that was strange. He had to build an ark and wait for the rain to come. But people thought he was crazy.
They did think he was crazy. There was Noah, his wife. I think he had, what, 3 sons?
I think so, yeah.
3 sons, 3 wives. I know one of his sons was named Ham.
Ham.
I always thought that was funny. But not the meat. Not the meat you eat
Yeah, they
with the
didn't have
sandwich.
that yet.
That was his name. But yes, Noah and his family, they were all good folks. So God decided to save them from the rain and the flood that he was sending to the earth, to cover the earth with water and basically kill all the bad people that were on the earth. But Noah would be saved, and also God told him to save the animals.
Yeah, something very interesting and quite a smart idea. 1 boy and 1 girl for every animal was going to come onto the ark to join them on this journey. So once they get there, and wherever they are, whatever happens after the world is gone, they would recreate and repopulate the new earth. So let's go into the article and find out what happens next.
Once they were all safe and secure on the ark, the great rain began to fall. It lasted for 40 days and 40 nights. As the water rose higher, towns, cities, and farms were all flooded and destroyed. All of the evil people were killed. The water rose very high and covered even the tallest mountains. Only those inside the ark survived as they floated on top of the water.
All right, so let's get into the story of Noah's Ark. When we left Noah, things were getting bad. The sky was getting dark, the rains were coming, and Noah was loading the ark with 2 of every animal to try to save the animals and his family from this terrible, terrible flood that is on its way.
Once they were all safe and secure on the ark, the great rain began to fall.
Oh, no.
It lasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
Wow, that's a rainstorm.
That is more than a month.
That is.
As the water rose higher, towns, cities, and farms were all flooded and destroyed. So basically the whole world, as they knew it, was gone. It was all destroyed.
All destroyed, yes, absolutely. Everything was wrecked and ruined and damaged so that you can't use it anymore. That is what happens when something is destroyed. It could be an accident, it could be something that happens because of a war or a natural disaster, or maybe you just don't like something so you smash it on the ground, but that's not really a good idea. But yes, to destroy something is basically kind of like to kill a thing. All right, so if you have a car and the car gets in a big crash and the car cannot be used again, it's just a pile of twisted, broken metal, that car has been destroyed. You can't repair it or fix it or do anything like that. It is a dead car, in other words. Here's something that gets destroyed occasionally. The typhoon destroyed many buildings across the city. And of course, a few months ago, we saw that an earthquake destroyed a few buildings
Huge
down there
earthquake.
in Hualien. But luckily, it only destroyed some buildings, a few buildings, and not many people were killed or hurt. Unlike when God sent a flood to the earth, when everybody was killed and everything was destroyed except Noah and his family on the ark. Back to the story. All of the evil people were killed. So everyone on the earth was killed by God. The water rose very high and covered even the tallest mountains. Mountains covered in water because there weren't just a few meters of water, there were hundreds of meters of water. If this was going to cover Mount Everest, that would be about 9,000 meters of water, which of course is something that has never happened as far as we know, but still, God was clearly unhappy. Only those inside the ark survived as they floated on top of the water. Yeah, I guess if you're the strongest swimmer in the world,
You couldn't swim for 40 days.
You couldn't swim for 40
That's
days.
too long.
With nothing to hold on to, and of course, nothing to eat or drink as well, except maybe rainwater. But yes, luckily Noah is in the ark with his family. The ark, though, a well-made ship, was able to float on this rising floodwater.
That's right. So the verb to float means you're on top of water and not sinking, exactly like that. So if you are swimming, you can float using your body, but some people don't know how to float with your body like me. So I need a floaty, a little floaty, something to help me float, which means stay on top of. Now, many things can float. Sometimes if you get a cup of water, something weird is inside, it's floating.
Or
you
an ice
have
cube.
to ask, oh, an ice cube could be floating.
Nice thing.
But if you have some weird thing in the water, you can ask for probably a refund. That's happened to me before, some weird stuff floating in my water or my coffee. A dead fly was floating in Tyrone's cup of tea, so he didn't drink it. He should ask for that refund because that's gross.
So it's there sitting on the surface of the liquid, not sinking down below. Let's take a quick break and then we'll be back to find out what happens to the ark and Noah and all the other animals on it.
They would be safe.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天要继续读诺亚方舟的故事。我们前一天读到动物群 Noah 还有他的家人进入了方舟，那是他们离开旧世界的时候了。一旦他们都安然无恙的进入方舟之后，大雨开始倾盆而下。大雨持续下了40天40夜，那随着这个水位越来越高，城镇啊、城市还有农场全都被淹没，还有摧毁，所有邪恶的人都死了。那么这个水涨得很高，甚至淹过了最高的山，只有方舟里面的人和动物因为浮在水面上而存活了下来。好，单字 destroy 是动词，它表示摧毁、破坏。那么 float 当动词，它表示漂浮、漂流、使漂流。那么单字例句提到说，有一只死掉的苍蝇浮在茶里。Rainbow 老师说，他之前也有遇过类似有那种奇怪的东西浮在他的饮料上，很恶心。这时候呢，也许可以请老板来退费，或是帮你换一杯。好，老师用到 weird W-E-I-R-D。那这个形容词形容奇怪的、怪异的。那么 gross G-R-O-S-S gross 表示令人恶心的、令人厌恶的。老师还有用到 refund R-E-F-U-N-D refund 它可以指退款、返还金额，那它是当名词。这个单字也可以当动词来表达退款，不过要特别注意动词的念法是 refund。好，那这边有2个重点，我们进入文法时间。我们来看第一个重点是 once 主词加动词，表示一怎么样就怎么样，或者是一旦怎么样怎么样。once 在这边是当连接词，用来表示某事发生时，另一件事就跟着发生，相当于 as soon as。举例来说 ，I'll text you once I get there， 也可以说 I'll text you as soon as I get there， 我一到那里就会传讯息给你。那第二个重点是 as 当连接词的不同意思。那第一个可以用来表达随着或者是在什么什么时，相当于 during the time that 或者是 when。像 They showed up as I was about to leave， 当我正要离开时，他们就出现了。第二个我们可以用 as 来表达因为，就相当于 because。像 Kate doesn't eat meat as she is a vegetarian。 Kate 不吃肉，因为她吃素。好，接话课文中。
After many months, the water finally started to go down. Noah sent out a dove to search for dry land. When the dove returned, it was holding an olive leaf in its mouth. This showed that the bird found a tree. Soon after, the ark landed on the top of a mountain. With God's blessing, Noah, his family, and all of the animals got off the boat to create a new, better world. God stretched a rainbow across the sky. This was a symbol that he would never flood the earth again.
40 days and 40 nights of heavy rain have turned the entire world into a giant swimming pool, but no one is having fun. Most people are dead, and Noah and his family are on the ark. They've been on the ark with 2 of every animal on earth for more than a month. Man, that ark must smell bad.
Ew, yeah. Can you imagine?
Animals make poo.
Yeah.
Ugh, where do they get the food from? I don't understand. But I do know, I want to get off this ark. I'm tired of this.
Oh, gosh.
So what's going to happen?
After many months, the water finally started to go down.
Hallelujah!
Noah sent out a dove to search for dry land. And a dove, that's a white bird, you know, and it is often a symbol of peace. We sometimes can see the dove holding an olive branch in their mouths as a picture, and that is a symbol of peace. It was used to communicate, to see what the weather is like out there. Sending the animals out used to happen a lot in the old days because they didn't have the internet to Google or GPS. So this dove is a symbol of peace. Joan saw a beautiful white dove in her garden. Oh, doves are also often used at weddings for a celebration. Let's see what this dove says.
Yes, of course. A dove is also a type of pigeon, or I should say a pigeon is a type of dove. The other name for a pigeon is a rock dove.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's kind of the color of rocks, right?
It is.
Anyways, it's a lovely bird. When the dove returned, it was holding an olive leaf in its mouth. An olive leaf, sometimes it's described as an olive branch, but it came back with some green. It's got some green from a plant that's been growing. Remember, the world has been covered with water.
Sign of life.
This is a good sign. This showed that the bird found a tree.
Great.
The bird was able to land on the tree, and a very smart bird. It was able to land on the tree, bite off a bit of the tree,
and bring it
and
back.
then fly all the way back to the ark, which had probably moved in that time. I think they sent off some other birds. They sent off some like blackbirds before, right? And they never came back. I think the birds flew out there, got too tired, landed in the water and died. But finally, when they sent off this dove, it came back with sign that there was green stuff growing. So that means there must be dry land, right?
Soon after, the ark landed on the top of a mountain.
Hallelujah!
With God's blessing, Noah, his family, and all of the animals got off the boat to create a new, better world.
Oh, that is nice.
Amazing. They finally were safe. Yeah. And this is my favorite part.
Okay, they got off the boat, they created a new, better world, and I think they all had a good wash.
Oh,
they
finally,
probably had a good wash and cleaned up a little bit. Yes, but finally there is a new, better world. The water had started to go away. We might say the water started to recede. God stretched a rainbow across the sky. This was a symbol that he would never flood the earth again. Yes. Isn't that nice?
And the rainbow is a symbol of God's promise.
Okay, the rainbow is a symbol of God's promise. We often use things to take the place of other things. Often we use something real in the world that we know and can see and can touch to take the place or to be the symbol of some big idea that we can't kind of see or touch. You can think of flags as being a symbol for a country, right? If I see someone walking around and they have a flag on their shirt, I might ask that person, hey, are you from Brazil? And that might be a good guess because that flag, you know, the green flag with the blue world in the middle, that is a symbol of Brazil. And animals can also be symbols. Here in our example sentence, it says, eagles are seen as symbols of the U.S.
Bald eagle.
In the same way that bears might be the symbol of Russia, lions might be the symbol of England on the soccer teams.
Maple leaf for Canada.
Maple leaves for Canada, and so on and so on. So there you go. And yes, now the white dove with that olive branch or the olive leaf in its mouth, as you said, is a symbol of peace. And I think it's even used in the United Nations and places like that. So generally, a white dove with an olive branch is a symbol of peace. What do you think, guys? What do you think life was like living on the ark with all of those animals?
I think life was very smelly, and I think life might also feel hopeless because you don't know where you are and you are surrounded by water and it seems very awful. But
True.
I also think life was maybe a practice for being very courageous and brave because you have to believe you're not going to die.
Okay.
So maybe you would develop some faith.
Absolutely. You'd also be very busy. Imagine feeding and watering
you have
all
to
of the
clean
animals in the earth. I mean,
True.
there are 2 billion types of beetles in the world. Just that would keep them very, very busy. But I'm sure they were very happy to get off, take a break, and get away from that that smell. Whoa, boy. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll have more great stories and other articles for you very soon. Until then, don't be evil, don't be greedy, be good, and take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Bye.
几个月后，水终于开始消退了。那我们要表达洪水退去，Mike 老师刚刚有用到一个动词是 recede。recede 表示后退，渐渐的远去。好，那故事接着写到说 Noah 放出一只鸽子去寻找干的陆地。当鸽子回来的时候，它嘴里叼着一片橄榄叶。那这显示说这只鸟有找到树。不久后，方舟就抵达一座山顶，带着上帝的祝福 ，Noah 和家人还有所有的动物都下船，创造出一个更美好的新世界。那么上帝就在空中拉出一道彩虹，这是他再也不会淹没这世界的象征。好，单字 dove 表示鸽子，那么 symbol 它表示象征、标志或是符号。Rainbow 老师刚好提到说枫叶是加拿大的象征，那我们补充一下 maple 这个字。M-A-P-L-E Maple 就是枫树。好，那这边一个重点，我们进入文法时间。这边我们要介绍的是 that 的不同用法。第一个，它可以当连接词来引导名词子句当主词、受词或者是补语用。像 Most critics agree that the film is entertaining。大多数的影评都同意那部电影很有娱乐效果。这时候我们句子里面 that 引导的名词子句是当受词用，也就是 agree 的受词。再来第二种用法是 that 可以当关系代名词，引导形容词子句去修饰非特定的人事物。像 Some cleaning products contain chemicals that are harmful to the environment。有些清洁产品含有对环境有害的化学物质。那么句中的先行词是 chemicals。化学物质，那么 that 引导形容词子句来限定修饰它，表示说对环境有害的化学物质。好，那么以上这节讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Once they were all safe and secure on the ark, the great rain began to fall. It lasted for 40 days and 40 nights. As the water rose higher, towns, cities, and farms were all flooded and destroyed. All of the evil people were killed. The water rose very high and covered even the tallest mountains. Only those inside the ark survived as they floated on top of the water. After many months, the water finally started to go down. Noah sent out a dove to search for dry land. When the dove returned, it was holding an olive leaf in its mouth. This showed that the bird found a tree. Soon after, the ark landed on the top of a mountain. With God's blessing, Noah, his family, and all of the animals got off the boat to create a new, better world. God stretched a rainbow across the sky. This was a symbol that he would never flood the earth again.
Hey, it's KiWi on the street.
Winnie, you're looking at the wrong camera.
Oh, sorry, I'm vlogging right now.
Vlogging? Like video logging?
Yes, exactly. I want to remember these memories forever.
Oh, okay. Well, today we are going to work on some portmanteaus, which are two words created into one. Let's go!
Let's go, bye-bye!
It's time for some portmanteaus. Okay, what are the 2 words that make up hangry?
Hungry and angry.
Hungry and angry.
Angry and hungry.
Hungry and angry.
Hungry and angry.
Very
Okay,
good.
good job.
Oh, I'm so hangry right now. Okay, spork.
Fork and spoon.
Spoon and fork.
Spoon.
Fork.
Spoon and fork.
You eat stuff with this thing, this tool.
Spoon and fork.
Very good. So what have we learned today?
We learned some portmanteaus today, which are words combined together to make one new word. So let's take a look at what we learned. Our first word is hangry, which is hungry plus angry. Okay, so an example sentence would be, don't talk to Winnie when she's hangry, or else she'll yell at you. Our next word is spork, which is basically a spoon and a fork put together to make a new utensil. An example sentence would be, I like to bring my spork when I go camping because it's convenient. All right, that's all the portmanteaus today. KiWi later.